Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author and mental health educator. Welcome to your Depression Recovery channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. The title of today's video is, What Happens to Your Mind When You Are Anxious? Before we do the video, we have to tell our joke. And what do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. Very clever, don't you think? Well, what are we at? 16 days left to the year. My God, I will be glad when it's over. This has not been an easy year. On the 15th, I was told I needed a total hip replacement. I fought it until I gave in on the 17th of August. It's taken me 16 weeks, and now I feel like I'm sort of back to normal. And then a few weeks ago, I developed a new problem called urinary retention. It happens when you have the urge to pee. You try to, and nothing comes out. And oftentimes this happens in the middle of the night when I wake up. And so you can imagine when it happens repeatedly, it can be very disruptive to your sleep. One night, about 3 weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of the night. And because of these frequent attempts to go to the bathroom with no success, it took me 3 hours to get back to sleep. When I woke up in the morning, I felt fragmented as if an earthquake had rocked my brain. As I sat on the edge of the bed trying to make the transition from sleeping to waking consciousness, I was overtaken by a frightening vision. I looked into the future, and suddenly the creative ideas that I've used to keep me structured and busy and not thinking about my depression had gone. I simply ran out of ideas for any new videos, websites, podcasts. I was lost. I had nothing to focus on. In this vision, without anything to engage me as I looked into the future, I went into a panic. Suddenly, all the memories of anxiety and depression from my previous breakdowns flooded my consciousness. I felt as if I were swallowed up in the void with nothing to tether me to reality. Then what I most feared for many, many years happened. My anxiety turned into despair and hopelessness. I felt there's no way out. I'm stuck in this void forever. And in that state of mind, I saw suicide as my only option. I have not been suicidal in so long, and yet suddenly it came back again. So I yelled out to Joan, told her what had happened. She came in the room. She said, just close your eyes, take some deep breaths, feel your feet on the ground, and look around and try to make contact with the environment. I did this, and as I did so, I repeated one of my favorite affirmations from a 13th century mystic named Julian of Norwich, and it goes, all shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. I repeat this over and over. All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. And within 15 minutes, I had calmed down sufficiently. I was able to get out of bed, walk downstairs, and made an emergency call to my psychiatric nurse practitioner, who was nice enough to call me within a half hour. I told him what had happened, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I said, look, I got to get some sleep. So I know Ambien, the sleep medication that's effective, but is habit forming. I want your permission for me to take it 3 nights in a row to break this cycle. And I want you to go ahead and upgrade or increase my Lamictal, my mood stabilizer, so I feel more tethered to the ground and not, going into this horrible space. And he agreed to do both. The next day was Sunday. And fortunately, I had a built-in structure that lasted me the whole day. First at noon, I did my weekly live chat. Thank you all the folks for tuning in. Then my assistant came to my house. We organized my office for a few hours. And then finally in the evening, I went over to a friend's house and I watched part 1 of the new Beatles documentary, Get Back. It was totally absorbing. And by the time the day was over, I was out of my crisis. I felt calm and solidly in the present. What actually happened to create this horrible crisis? Now, it was true that I was thinking ahead and perseverating about the future. But did I make a conscious decision to do this worrying? No. What triggered the state was a physiological disruption in my brain caused by interruptions in my sleep. It was not because of my bad attitude. It was not because of a character flaw. It was nothing that I did. And when I look back into the past, all 4 of my nervous breakdowns occurred because of the similar disruption in my sleep. It seems to be my canary in the coal mine. What this mini episode showed me is frightening but true. And that is, despite all of the hard work and all of the years of mental health recovery, I only have a thin buffer that stands between mental illness and dark states of anxiety and depression. I'm assuming that many of you feel the same way. You feel extremely vulnerable to going back into previous states of despair. In fact, some of you might already have had one or more relapses. So, achieving good mental health comes down to doing what I've been saying all along, right? Set the intention to heal, reach out for support, and use your practical tools and coping strategies to live one day at a time. And if you notice yourself going downhill and slipping, well, just double down on your depression recovery program to make sure that your depression dip doesn't turn into depression breakdown. If you create such a protocol and follow it when things get tough, you can reattain that state of mental stability, a state that money can't buy. This has been Douglas Bloch. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. I know that, as we've said over and over again, mental health recovery, staying free of depression, it's a lifelong task. And fortunately, we have the tools, to make sure that we stay relatively well most of the time. If you want to make a comment, you can leave your name in the comments section if you want to, or leave your comment there. If you want to write me, simply write me at douglasbloch@gmail.com. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click on my photo during the closing credits. You'll be taken to the subscribe page. And if you click on the notification bell to the upper right, you'll be notified every time I do a new live chat or a new video. And if you want to support us financially and keep us going here and paying these wonderful people that film these videos and edit them, just go ahead and click on the Patreon link when you see it, and you'll be taken to my crowdfunding site. And until we meet again, it's been a long day. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in mental health recovery. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you peace, joy, and above all, mental stability. Thank you.